last example. Suppose that at 50 years old, in the year 1970, your grandfather sold his business for $140,000. He then invested it at an annual interest rate of 3.8% every year, hoping that it would grow big enough to send you to college when you're at college age. So we've got two equations to describe the relationship between the value of that investment and the year. In the first equation, we actually have the variable P representing the year. The variable K represents the value of the investment. In equation 2, we still have K. It also represents the value of the investment. But then we also have a variable A, which doesn't represent the year. It represents your grandfather's age. So, first question, if the investment continues to grow at this rate, how much would the investment be worth in the year 2000, which is when your grandfather would be 80 years old? So note that if you look at the year 2000, it's best to use the equation that uses the year as its variable. So equation number 1. And all we're going to do is substitute 2000 in right there for P. So we find that the value of the investment will be K equals 140 times 1.038 times 2000 minus 1970. One thing I should have pointed out is that the variable K represents the value of the investment, in both cases in thousands of dollars. So in thousands of dollars here and in thousands of dollars there. Awesome. So now all you have to do is use a calculator to evaluate this and find out the value of K, find out the value of the investment. And when you do that, you find that the value of the investment will be approximately $428,596.52. If we use equation 2, all we need to do is substitute 80 in for your grandfather's age. So all we're going to do is substitute an 80 in there and evaluate once again. So we get K equals 140 times 1.038 times 80 minus 50, and we evaluate. Note to self, 80 minus 50 is 30. It's going to be the exact same thing as 2000 minus 1970. Of course, we're going to end up with the exact same approximate value of that investment at $428,000, $596.52. All right, and with the second example, all we're asking is for how much the investment would be worth in another year. Say the year 2050, when your grandfather would have been 130 years old. So in our first equation, all we're going to do is we're going to substitute 2050 in for the year right there. All right, so we end up with the value of the investment will be 140 times 1.038 raised to the power of 2050 minus 1970. For our second equation, all we're going to do is say, if he would have been 130 years old, we're going to substitute 130 in for that variable A right there. And we have K equals 140 times 1.038 raised to the power of 130 minus 50. And once again, all you need to do is use your calculator to evaluate. And using each equation, you find that the value of the investment in the year 2050 will be approximately $2,766,408.54. Hey guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful and I hope you enjoyed.